Hello, and welcome to yet another text adventure. This game is called Shade. I actually know almost nothing about it. I decided to go browsing around for some text adventures, and there seems to be a quote unquote interactive fiction archive online, and it's quite interesting, the sort of stuff that is published there. It's sort of like I've also been browsing Itch.io for some new games, and Itch.io is absolutely swamped by visual novel games, just the lowest possible garbage type of games. Not to say that interactive stories can't be super interesting, but in terms of gameplay, there's like virtually nothing there. And it seems that trend follows very similarly into, understandably, text adventures, where a lot of them are just advertised as quote unquote interactive fiction. But that's not to say you can't actually make games out of them, or you can't have game mechanics in them. Having it just be a story that you occasionally choose your own adventure in is really shallow. Like, I still liked the choose your own adventure, give yourself goosebumps series when I was growing up. I still think those are pretty cool. I don't have anything against those books or those stories or anything like that. I quite enjoy them. But they're not exactly games. And so I've been browsing through Itch.io as best as I can, despite the fact that over 50% of the results are fucking visual novels. And I was browsing through the text adventures, despite the fact that the overwhelming majority of them seem to have a very specific story they want to tell, and that's just not interested to me. I'm not sure if this is one of those games, but I picked this one out because it seemed to be highly rated, and it advertised itself as a one room type of game. I'm not sure if that means I can navigate around the room like I can navigate any other text adventure, but it seemed to suggest that there was only ever one place you could be in this game. But it wasn't advertised as an escape game, so I'm not sure what to make of it. Anyway, let's jump in. Shade, a brief story by Ampersands. First time players should type about. Let's type about. This is a one room game set in your apartment, but perhaps you've already gathered that. Shade mostly uses the standard vocabulary of interactive fiction. You may find the command find or where is it or where is convenient, though not critically important. Shade is copyright, blah 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 blah. Begin coding in. Okay, I don't need your fucking introduction to the fourth edition of Progress and Poverty on your text adventure game. Shade may be distributed for free, but not sold or included for any profit collection. By the way, totally separate thing, but I was just looking at another game that I was interested in trying, and I was reading it, and they're like, hey, we like you guys making fan games of our games, using the same characters. If you want to put them in your game, that's cool too. We love seeing this stuff. We're distributing this game for free and all that, but do not RP any of our characters. And I'm like, fucking try and stop me. How in the hell do you expect to like have that be like your licensing conditions? The game is completely free. Share alike. Make any sort of spin-off games you want, same property, same intellectual design, all that shit. But don't RP our characters in like a lewd chat or something. That's so fucking dumb. Anyway, okay, so this was not really informative at all, other than to tell me it was a one room game. Okay, so odd how the light just makes your apartment gloomier. Pre dawn darkness pools in the corners and around the tops of walls. Your desk lamps glares yellow, but the shadows only draw your eyes and deepen. The shadows only draw your eyes and deepen. Not much of an apartment, no. One desk, paper piled with a dusty computer shoved to the side. Your futon, secondhand stereo sitting on a cardboard crate, a kitchen nook one way, and a bathroom nook the other. So I guess I do have rooms with a closet to the side. A broad mirror tries to make the place seem twice its size. It halfway works. One window whose shade is down, and the front door firmly shut. Your luggage is piled untidily by the door. A potted hyacinth, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, sits beneath the window. You are sprawled on the futon, glaring up into that gloom. Your eyes feel gritty, but it's too late. Early, no time left for sleep anyway. In a few hours, your ride will arrive. On the desk are your to-do list and a travel book. Oh, am I getting ready to leave? Look at to-do lists. You won't get up. You lever yourself upright. Oomph. It's amazing how much lack of sleep feels like hangover, only without the preceding party. Look at to-do lists. You sit down at the desk. The task list, is it going to make me stand up from the desk if I want to do something else across the room? The task list for your impending journey is a mess of crossed out items and scribbled corruptions. However, everything seems to have gotten done. The last line reads, "Call taxi," and it has its check mark. And here you wait. Come to think of it, as with a hangover, dehydration is probably the problem. Your mouth is dry wool. My mouth is dry wool. Do I actually have a hangover? Okay. What else was there? You stand up. The far side of the mirror is just as shadowy as this one. It's probably meant as commentary, not more space, just more of the same. Look at luggage. You've packed and repacked. Breakdown tent, dried food, sunscreen, compass, Mylar space blanket. So I'm going camping. Long underwear and show off tats. Show off tats? Do I have self-applicable tats? What? What? Walking shoes and dancing shoes and hiking shoes. You're ready for the Death Valley Om. I have no idea what they're talking about. As ready as you're likely to get. It is, of course, the Death Valley Om. Half arts festival, half cult. A week in the deep desert where people show off, have sex, take drugs, and maintain a 24-hour constant Om. Sand, heat, and thousands of throats. A space outside the world with no dues except that you join in the chant as much as is in you to chant. Oh, they're gonna sit out. And I'm apparently. So we're gonna go to a desert. We're gonna have sex, take drugs. We're gonna sit down, cross our legs, and go for a fucking day, huh? That sounds like shit. Why? Look at travel book. You sit down at the desk. The Schmendrick's Guide to Desert Camping. You've been studying it for weeks now. Vast alien reams of information. Perspiration rates. Sunburn factors. Tent guying. I don't know what guying is. And how to make a condensation still out of a trash bag and a tin can. You could probably write the book out longhand from memory, and none of it means a damn thing to you. That's why you're going on this trip after all. Nothing is off limits at the Alm. Law ends at sea level. In one place in the country for 1 week, a community is formed from pure will, no enforcement, only desire, and the knowledge of what the desert can do. And the Alm. Every religion chants. You remember reading that. This sounds fucking awful already. Why am I doing this? I made a call, right? Can I call off? Maybe I've changed my minds? How did I make the call? I called a taxi. Let's go to the kitchen. Is there a phone in the kitchen? You can't see. Okay. Kitchen. Not a verb I record. Look. A kitchen nook one way and a bathroom nook the other. Look at kitchen. You stand up. The kitchen alcove has a refrigerator, a sink, a stove. It's weird. It's like traveling me to these things, but I only used a look at commands. Kitchen alcove has a refrigerator, a sink, a stove, barely enough space to stand between them. One wall projects out to form a counter, a cupboard beneath it. On the kitchen counter is a glass. Look in fridge. You step into the kitchen nook. You can't see inside since the refrigerator's... Open fridge, dumbass. You open the fridge, revealing a jar of peanut butter. Take peanut butter. Taken. Inventory. You're carrying a jar of peanut butter. Okay. Take glass. Took the glass. Look. Save or one small room. The kitchen alcove has a refrigerator. One wall projects out to form a counter with a cupboard beneath it. Look in cupboard. Oops, that's not how you spell that. Cupboard. Can't look at... Oh my god, dude. Can you, like... It is possible. I'd like to state having, like... Having programmed text adventures myself, it is 100% possible for you to code in skippable steps. To where if you look into the cupboard, the interpreter, or the game client is able to interpret that you mean to take the additional step of moving to the location or opening the requisite thing in order to do the thing you're trying to do. Open cupboard, revealing a box of crackers. Take crackers. Look. The sink. Turn on sink. Kitchen sink. Nothing comes from the tap but an eerie, distant howling. The kitchen sink hasn't worked since you moved in. Excuse me? Where am I keeping my water? I have nothing but peanut butter in the fridge. Nothing but peanut butter in the fridge and an empty glass, and I'm already, like, dehydrated. Hey, it did say I was dehydrated, didn't it? In a few hours, your ride will arrive. I've called a taxi for me in a few hours, so there's no rush, as far as I can tell. Think of it as with a hangover, dehydration is probably the problem. Your mouth is dry wool. Okay, so I gotta give myself a drink. I guess I'll go to the restroom. Look at bathroom. Step out of the kitchen next to the bathroom. Alcove has a toilet, a sink, and a shower stall that manages to make the rest of the place look roomy. Not much else. Most of your accoutrements have been packed. You're still feeling thirsty. Yeah. Turn on sink. Which do you mean, the bathroom sink or the kitchen sink? Turn on bathroom sink. You spin the tap. The pipes sound like an indigestive mammoth, but water does dribble out the faucet. Reassured, you turn the tap back. Don't turn it off. I'm trying to get water. I will drink out of the bathroom sink if I must. Use glass on bathroom sink. Fill glass. Oh, there we go. Okay. Drink glass. You gulp the water. Feels vaguely astringent in your mouth. Unsatisfying. Well, no doubt thirst will be more real after you fly to California. Oh, I'm going to California for this shit, am I? Wonderful. Fill glass. Fly? Where did you leave your plane tickets? Oh, it's giving me a new objective now. Find my plane tickets. Why is it telling me that now? Take to-do lists. Oops. Take to-do lists. Take travel book. Hopefully there's no inventory limit here. Sorry, what? A game over message is flashing on screen. Somehow I missed that. Look at computer. Computer is years old and incompatible with just about everything but electricity. You use it for writing, at least you try to believe you do. Right now, however, there's a game on screen. One of the text adventures or interactive fictions, whatever they are this month. The only kind of game your beige antique can run anyway. The "You have died" message is blinking morosely at you. You started up "Ready, okay?" last night, trying to distract yourself until morning, but you can't get even halfway through without running out of insulin. Okay. Turn off computer. Hit the power key. Shuts down. Okay. No use wasting electricity. Look at desk. Desk is, of course, an unorganized mess, overlapping piles of paper, inches high. Computer is a dusty beige block, blah, blah, blah. Look at papers. Papers encompass everything you've done, thought, or written in the past year. None of it is really worth looking through. Or, maybe you left the plane tickets on the desk yesterday, before that late night IF work session. Inform fiction work session? Is that what you're telling me? That's the software I was talking about, by the way. I used that to make some text adventures. It sounds like they made this game with the same software. But I don't know what they're talking about, really. Look at mirror. Stand up. Far side of the mirror is just as shadowy as this one. It's probably meant as commentary. Sorry for the background noise. Probably meant as commentary, not more space, just more of the same. Punch mirror. 7 years bad luck and a mess to clean up. You refrain. Okay. Open shade. Darkness is already crawling around the edges of the window shade. You have no desire to look night in the face. Let me make my own choices, thank you very much. If I choose to eat my pillow, I should be allowed to eat my pillow. Turn on stereo. Stereo buzzes, hunts, and then locates its station. Your favorite small-time indie world beat techno station. At least you think that's what they call it. It's a pretty stream of consciousness format. The room fills with the sound of repetitive Javanese tune. Look in crate. You know it's empty. Okay. Look at futon. Futon is definitely on the downhill side of life's rolling knolls. It serves as both couch and bed, if inadequately in each case, which makes it the most important piece of furniture you own. The radio begins playing Ostro Maori tune. Open front door. The sun hasn't risen. What light you would have just leaked out. What light you have would just leak out into the night. Anyway, the taxi hasn't arrived, so there's nowhere to go. What am I supposed to do? Look at kitchen. Cupboard is open and bare. Look at counter. Kitchen counter is bare. There's nothing in here. I already took the peanut butter. Eat. No, don't eat the peanut butter. Look at stove. Usual electric range arrangement. Weirdly, there is no oven in your kitchen. You don't know what lurks in the space beneath the stove. You've been afraid to pry. The stove might turn out to be powered by radioactive decay or something. Open stove. You step into the kitchen nook, it's not something you can open. Spano shaker melody. Okay. Well, I tried. Look at bathroom. Bathroom alcove has a toilet sink. Use toilet. You don't know what use means. I would make sure use would be something I could do in a text adventure game. Such a basic command. Take shower. You step into the kitchen bathroom nook, you turn the tap, nothing happens. Shower was working last night. You knew the pipes in your apartment were unreliable, but this is worse than usual. Okay, so my kitchen sink isn't working. My shower isn't working. I gotta drink water out of my bathroom sink so I don't go delirious from dehydration, and somehow I'm already managing that. Drink glass. Fill glass. The place is still too dim, except the corner where the desk lamp is somehow too bright. Look at Hyacinth. Atlantis is your one claim to actual responsibility. Oh, really? I'm not even employed? Is that the implication there? Hyacinth sits by the window soaking up sunlight when it's not night, and managed to thrive despite your lack of gardening skills, although it looks a little parched at the moment. Oh, okay. Feed plant. To yourself, first taking the hyacinth, you step out of the bathroom nook. The plant is where it belongs. Sorry, did it just try to interpret me as trying to eat the plant? Did I take the hyacinth? Give water to hyacinth. You can only do that with something animate. Fill hyacinth. That makes no sense. I'm trying to put water in the... Water hyacinth. You water the plant. Okay, there we go. Your futon. Full sentence. I didn't take the hyacinth. Oh, there's a closet. Look at closet. The closet, if you can call it that, is a shallow recess next to the bathroom. Honestly, it sounds like they're describing my apartment. Peering into the depths, you can see an old jacket and a vacuum cleaner. Wear jacket. You don't need your old jacket. Okay. Look at jacket. That's a lot of description. Your jacket hangs in the closet. This is, of course, your old jacket. Vaguely waterproof, but definitely ratty. Suitable only for errands around the city. Your new jacket, windproof, weatherproof, sandproof, Zoron TM, suitable for desert hiking, is neatly packed away in your luggage. Not that luggage is the important part. The experience is supposed to be transformative, and frankly, you're in need of transformation. Another month of this, and you'll indistinguishable from that. Okay, that's a typo. From this apartment, beige, featureless. One second here. Okay, I had to skip that because there was gonna be a lot of noise. Okay, beige, featureless, and up for cheap rent at the Death Valley Ohm, they say. You may be sunburnt and thirsty and exhausted, but you're alive. Nothing sounds better. You're planning to try the solo Zen night hiking. Now you were wearing this jacket, or you picked up the... Now, you were wearing this jacket when you picked up the plane tickets. I understand the implication. look in jacket pocket. You only understand, I only understand as far as you wanting to look in the old jacket. Look in old jacket. You root into the jacket's myriad pockets. Nope, tickets aren't in there. Well, I tried. Look at vacuum. Vacuum cleaner is a luggable model, meaning it is awkward to carry, but too small to be really efficient. Fortunately, you don't generate a lot of dust. Look. Okay. I can't interact with the desk. Hold on, let me just look at desk one more time. Doesn't say I have drawers or anything like that. I can't interact with the desk. Why would I interact with the futon? Stereo is on. The cardboard crate is empty. The kitchen nook has been ransacked. The bathroom barely does anything. I checked the closet. My tickets aren't in there. The vacuum does nothing. The mirror is just a mirror. I can't even break it. I can't open the shade of the window. And I can't open the front door. It says my place is too dim, but I only have the one lamp that I understand is on. Your luggage is piled entirely by the door. Pot of hyacinth sits beneath the window. What am I supposed to do? Eat peanut butter. You have no appetite to eat this. I can't even eat the one food that I have. Alright, well, admittedly, I'm running out of ideas at this point. Seems to be a trend with these sorts of games. That's why you want to add as many possible, well, not necessarily clues, but like commands that the game will accept. So not just get, but also take, look, examine, think, or whatever the fuck. That way people don't get stuck like this. I remember actually doing some testing, some play testing of some text adventures that I did. And I immediately learned that people tried entering commands that the game just didn't have. And I was like, oh, I should now add those commands so they don't get confused and stumped right away. Just because there's a different syntax the game is expecting. Look at futon. Futon is definitely on the downhill. Yeah, I can't even sleep on futon. You only understand sleep. You've been trying all night, it's not gonna happen. What am I supposed to do then, game? The game is called Shade, but I can't open the shades. Open shade. Darkness is already crawling around the edges of the window shade. You have no desire to look night in the face. I can look myself in the face. Look at mirror. Far side of the mirror is just as shadowy as this one. Probably meant as commentary, not more space, just more of the same. I don't know what that means. That's a meaningless statement to me. Use English here. Inventory. Carrying a travel book, your to-do list, a box of crackers, a glass, and a jar of peanut butter. Eat crackers. Alright, well, I forgot I did have crackers. I got peanut butter and crackers. Look at to-do lists. Things crossed out near the bottom. Buy plane tickets and a check mark. So where did you leave them? The desk, your coat pocket? Could they have gotten packed accidentally? Look at luggage. Oh, here we go. Am I able to look at all this stuff? Oh dear, you didn't pack the tickets in your luggage, did you? How am I supposed to check? Okay, so I can't look at my desk. It wasn't in my coat. Not in the luggage, as far as I can tell. Look at compass. Okay. Look at desk. Turn off lamp. You do not want the dark. Turn on computer. Hit the power key, nothing happens. Terrific! Something's finally fried itself in the bowels of your 12 megahertz wonder, and you may never die in a text adventure again. Wonderful. Instead, I can go out and die in the California desert in real life. That sounds like a great alternative. There's more shit failing to work in this text adventure than in my actual apartment. And that's kind of impressive right now. I got maintenance needs to crawl up my fucking ass to fix all the shit we got going on over here. Organize papers. Well, I guess they were organized. It was an organized mess, per se. Look for tickets? What am I supposed to do? Tickets aren't in my jacket pocket. They're not in my jacket pocket. I can't search the desk because that's illegal for some reason. Can't open the door. It's not in the luggage. Or at least not clear to be. If there's anything. Help. Okay, help is just the same thing that I had before. You may find the command find convenient. Find tickets. What do you want to find? Find airplane tickets. Why does it even advise me to use that if it's not useful for finding the thing I want to find? I probably have a lot more patience for this kind of game because I have relatively low expectations for, a text adventure. I'm also aware of the explicit limitations of a text adventure. But I was expecting to be able to figure out a little bit more than this. I mean, they're kind of like, I think they're treating this as like an escape room game. But, like, my character apparently doesn't want to leave. And only when they do decide to leave, they're gonna go do something completely fucking retarded. Can't check the desk. Computer won't turn on. Lamp is non-interactive. Can't sleep on the futon. I even looked at the futon multiple times. Stereo turns on and off. Kitchen nook is empty. Closet has got nothing going on. Mirror's got nothing going on. Can't interact with the window. Front door is locked and I won't unlock it. The place is too dim, except where the desk lamp is somehow too bright. Where would I leave tickets? I would assume the desk, but I can't check the desk. Look at desk. Look through papers. Wow, I didn't realize. I honestly did not think it would let me do that. You carefully tilt up piles of paper trying to avoid an avalanche. Nope, the tickets aren't there. Where would I have tickets then? Look through luggage. Stand up quickly, pop open each suitcase, rifle through, try not to disarrange. Nope, tickets aren't. Aha! They are, after all. I honestly would not have expected look through to be a command that the game recognizes, but here we are. Okay, look at to-do list. Task list for your impending journey is a mess of crossed out items. Vacuum is checked. You remember doing it, but look at this floor. Look at closet. Vacuum. Vacuum cleaner won't work fully, usefully in the closet. Take vacuum. Taken awkwardly. The helicopter is getting closer. Sound of a helicopter comes faintly. Why do I care about this? Plug in vacuum. Vacuum. Squeeze the handle, vacuum cleaner begins humming industriously. You run it back and forth on the floor, but it only seems to spread the sand around. Why is there sand in my apartment? In fact, it looks like there's more sand than before you started. Oh no. I'm already in the desert. Look. Save your one small room. This place is too dim. Luggage piled up untidily. You can see a trail of sand and some plane tickets here. Do I not have the plane tickets? Take tickets. Taken. Something scrapes underfoot as you bend to pick the tickets up. What is going on, dude? This suddenly went fucking weird on me. Look at sand. Trail of sand is visible on the living room floor. You can barely hear the helicopter anymore. Take sand. Scrape up a pinch of sand. It runs through your fingers. It's sand. Yeah, you don't say. Look at to-do lists. Crossed out items and scribbled corruptions. Huh, vacuum is checked. You remember doing it. Look at this floor. Vacuum sand. Just vacuum. When you clean, it's pretty much cleaning the whole area. Okay, vacuum. Just spreads the sand around. What am I supposed to do then if the vacuum doesn't do anything? Look at vacuum. Do I have to empty the vacuum? That's my experience. Empty vacuum. Open vacuum. Pop open the vacuum cleaner's casing. Sand spills out all over the floor. What the hell? The stereo clicks as a Franco-Sumerian song ends and the hourly news comes on. What? Morning must have arrived, although the world outside is still dark. The taxi should be showing up soon. See a thin layer of sand here. More allegations of campaign finance misconduct. Oh, fascinating news day. Look at sand. Sharp words between the superpowers today. Vacuum sands. Vacuum. Three people reported missing at the Death Valley Ohm in California. Hang on. The popular Desert Arts Festival was shaken yesterday when three attendees failed to return from moonlight hikes. State police are searching the area. You resolve to read that desert camping book one more time. Do I? Look at travel book. It must be morning after all. Your metabolism is starting to ratchet up to daytime levels. In the business pages, stocks are down. All right. Eat peanut butter. The peanut butter jar is full of sand. Something sifts to the floor. Wonderful. Eat crackers. Pull the box top. It's stuck somehow. You yank. Box tears away. White sand sprays out of the box. This is getting to be too much. You consider which of your friends might have snuck in here and set all this up. Nobody, really. That's right, I don't have friends. Closest thing I have to friends are the psychopathic cultists out in the California desert. You can see an inch of sand here. Oh god, okay. Well, since it's getting bright, open shade. No? Okay. A potted spider plant sits next to the... That's a bit different. Look at spider plants. This plant is your one claim to actual responsibility. A spider plant sits by the window soaking up sunlight when it's not night, managing to thrive despite your lack of gardening skill, though it looks very dry. Water spider plant. Fill glass. With an eerie hiss, dry white sand boils from the faucet. You yank at the tap, but the bathroom sink is already full and sand spilling it. I wonder what the trigger is for this, just specifically trying to vacuum. Wonderful. Open fridge. You open the refrigerator. Okay, look in fridge. Refrigerator is empty. I expected sand to come out. See a trace of sand lying here. You can see an inch of sand lying on the floor. A little bit redundant. Oh, there's a trace of sand in the bathroom specifically. Turn on shower. Let's just run all the sand. Turn the tab, nothing happens. Okay. Turn on kitchen sink. More sand comes out. Look. See an inch of sand. The fridge door swings shut. What do you mean the fridge door swings shut? Open fridge. Look in fridge. Refrigerator is empty. Why does it keep swinging shut? They introduced an automatic fridge closing mechanic to this game. Cupboard is open and bare. Fridge is open but empty. Rest of the place is mostly filled by your futon. One window whose shade is down. Door firmly shut. Place is still too dim except the corner. Well, I don't have anything else I can water the spider plant with. Look at to-do list. The task list for your impending journey is a mess across the items. In the middle of the page, you see clean out closet. Buy stereo stand. Don't leave stone off. Clean out closet. Don't leave stone on. Turn on stove. You turn the knob, click, then the stove emits a loud crackle. The burner frosts white, although you can feel the heat radiating from it. Bits of its substance seem to be flaking away. Thermal shock? You have time to think, and then the entire burner arrangement slumps into white sand, which turns down off the stove. The radio mumbles, this is 103 KTO Whoa, your source for interworld beat. You can practically hear the bong gurgling in the background. For a moment, a Franco Basque song begins playing. Okay. Look at closet. Closet is a shallow resistant to close. Wait, didn't the closet lack a door when you moved in? The fridge door swings shut. The fridge door keeps fucking moving on its own. It's spooky, man. I should try to find a text adventure like horror game. Open closet. Reach for the knob, but hesitate, then reach again. You might as well not have bothered. The door bursts open off its hinges before you can touch it. You leap back, barely avoiding the crackling plywood as it smashes to the floor. Buried in a torrent of sand that is pouring out of the closet after a few seconds, the room is still again. And what was the last thing I had to do? Buy stereo stand? Look at stereo. Turn off stereo. Turn off the stereo. Take stereo. That's hardly portable, okay? Look. You can see inches of sand here. Bathroom, you can see a trace of sand. In the kitchen, you can see a trail of sands. Is there more I have to do in each of these? Look at to-do lists. Pack clean socks. Where would I have clean socks? I don't have anything like in the way of a drawer. Look at luggage. Look through luggage. You grab a suitcase handle, which crumples dryly in your grip. In seconds and in silence, the whole row of suitcases and duffels has collapsed to white sand in the living room. Okay, eventually everything's just turning to sand. Look through desk. Aside from the computer lamp, there's nothing on the desk. Oh, no. Turn on computer. Hit the power key, nothing happens. Okay, find socks. You can't see any such thing. What is even the point of telling me I can use a find command if it never comes in handy? Buy stereo stand. Turn on stereo. Look. You can see ankle deep sand here. Look in mirror. Nothing too interesting there. Look at futon. Sit on futon. Flop down on the futon. Sleep. Okay. Look through futon. Nothing on your futon, okay? Look at front door. The door's closed. Open door. Taxi hasn't arrived. Turn on bathroom sink. More sand pours out of the bathroom sink's faucet. Do I just gotta fill my apartment with sand? Use sand in the living room. I still have a trace of sand, so that's not useful. So weird random stuff is just turned into sand, it seems. My stove turned into sand, my luggage turned into sand. Not my desk and not my computer. Turn off lamp. Look at to-do list. What happened to my socks? Pack socks? I guess that was the incentive for me to look at my luggage. Buy stereo stand. So I gotta do something with my stereo. Look at stereo. Open stereo. Stereo. That's something you can open. Turn off stereo. Turn on stereo. What am I supposed to do? Sitting on a cardboard crate. Look at crate. Crate your computer arrived in. It's dented and disreputable now, but still serves the time-honored purpose of holding your stereo up. Take crate. You barely touch it, and the heavy cardboard abruptly tears. Sand pours out across the living room floor. Stereo sags in moments. The crate is reduced to paper rags. Which is immediately buried in sand. Okay, I did that. Now look at to-do lists. Oh my god. Unclog shower drain. Turn on a shower. Dry sand floods from the shower head. Shielding your eyes, you reach to turn the tap off. Creaking from above warns you. You leap back as the plaster cracks overhead. The whiteness The whiteness roars down. When silence returns, the entire far end of the bathroom is a blank slope of sand. Open fridge. Pull open the fridge, try not to flinch as a wall of sand rushes out and buries your feet. Flush toilet. The toilet? Yes, it's the toilet's turn. You press the handle, grinning maniacally, and indeed, the sand rushes down the sides of the bowl. Shining porcelain itself crazes, cracks, and veils to the bathroom floor. The toilet is a pedestal, a stump, a mere pile of sand, gone. Faint creaking comes from the bathroom ceiling. Look at to-do list. Remove package from kitchen storage. Man, there's so much shit to do. Stay out of bathroom. The muffled crack of the bathroom ceiling gives way. Broken plaster and rusty pipes tumble down as you leap aside. And down comes the sand, dry rushing, hissing, creaking. In moments, the bathroom is lost to your sight. Okay, I don't have a bathroom anymore. Remove package from kitchen storage. Look in cupboard. Look in kitchen. Cupboard is open and bare. Sand spills from the open refrigerator. It's still pouring out, apparently. Turn on sink. Sand pours from the kitchen sink's faucet. One wall projects out to form a counter. Look at counter. Counter is bare. Close cupboard. Cabinet cupboards start to groan as you touch them. You slam the cabinet for good measure, and the stained press. It was empty moments before, but then I closed it, and then all the sand came out. I had a feeling. Faint creaking comes from the ceiling. Yep, ceiling gives way. Broken plaster, rotten lath tumble down as you leap aside, and they, of course, are followed by sand, white sand, rivers of sand. In moments, the kitchen alcove is lost to your sight. Look at my to-do lists. Find notes for IF comp entry. What the fuck is that? Look at desk. Look through desk. Carefully, you shove a paper stack off the desk. It's a shower of sand before it hits the ground. Ha! You push another, and another. Then sweep the whole mass over the edge. White sand cascades everywhere. Laughing, you feel the desk itself give way. Pop! Oops! That was the light bulb imploding. The apartment is very dark and quiet all of a sudden. Open shade. And if you see no taxi outside, what then? But the angry honking comes again. You yank hard on the window shade, and it whips up violently. Blazing daylight fills the room. Look outside. I only understand as far as you want to look at window. Outside, dunes roll away to the rising sun. Nothing else is visible, only the sunlight that burns you full in the face and sands. Open door. You do not want that. Jump out window. You only understand as far as you want it. Jump window. Jump. You jump on the spot fruitlessly. This is supposed to be a big dramatic moment, man. Also, I didn't see the build up to supposedly honking outside. Find notes for IF comp entry. I really don't know what that means. Look. Sunlight cuts across the room like hot butter, blazing from the window. The room is nearly barren now. Walls and ceilings are blank, but for the window, the closed front door, and a full-length mirror across from them. The futon sits alone in the center of the room. Next to it, askew on a pile of sand, rests the faithful old stereo. The computer has survived somehow and lies in a pile of sands. A potted cactus sits beneath the window. You can see hills of sand here. Look at cactus. Plant is your one claim to actual responsibility. It looks very dry. I can't water it, unfortunately. Look at mirror. You look in the mirror. The far side is just as bright as this one, with the sunlight behind you, and only your own face is in the shadow. The walls, the doors, your furniture, All are full lit. Beyond your reflection in the window frame, the street outside, the houses and trees are all street outside. You spin around. Hit any key. Odd how the sunlight just makes your apartment more prosaic. Not much of an apartment, no. One desk, paper piled, a dusty computer shoved to the side, your futon, secondhand stereo sitting on a cardboard crate, a kitchen nook one way and a bathroom nook the other, with a closet to the side. A broad mirror tries to make the place seem twice its size. It halfway works. One window whose shade is up, and the front door wide open. Your luggage is piled untidily by the door. A potted hyacinth sits beneath the window. On your desk are your to-do list and travel book. Look at to-do lists. You can't quite make out anything unusual. Look at window. Closed door. Take a step across the room, but quick movement distracts you. Something scurried along the wall. You can't see it anymore. Excuse me? Look. Look at mirror. Look at travel book. Turn on stereo. Feel suddenly dizzy. Dehydration, probably. Is my sink working? Fill glass. You need to sit down. Sit on futon. You reach out and touch your hands to the futon. It feels like glass. The reflection shimmers like water, but the mirror is only heat, cooling among the dunes rising from the sands. It was a mirage! The land is nearly barren. Dunes roll away towards the rising sun. A little shade trails behind them, and that will soon be gone. The sky is flat and empty blue. Your futon sits nearby. The stereo leans against a dune. Your computer squats complacently, the color of the sands. You see a travel book here. Click. The stereo is playing Cool, Clear Water. Look at travel book. The Desert Elementals Handbook. You've been studying it for ages. Trace moisture segregation. Arthropod ecocycles. Sand grit finds sizing distributions. And of course, the artistic aspects of heat, time, distance, and death. You're especially fond of some key points about bones. Something moves beneath your futon. Look under futon. You catch a glimpse of two tiny eyes shining out from beneath your futon. Lift futon. You are unable to. You catch a darting movement past your feet. Jericho's got to stop on the road for water. Move futon. You barely move the futon on a solid floor. Against the sand, no hope. What am I supposed to do? Turn on computer. Computer's already on. Really? Look at computer. The game's opening sits neatly at the top of the screen, followed by a command prompt. You catch a darting movement past your feet. Play game. You crouch and play through the computer game again. Okay. Land is barren. Dunes roll away towards the rising sun. A little shade trails behind them. That will soon be gone. The sky is flat. The sky is blue. A little shade. Look at shade. Shade shrinks as you watch. The dunes aren't high here, and the sun is... Follow shade. So, okay. What am I supposed to do here? Can I go north? You pace around for a while. Okay, it's just pacing. Catch a darting movement past your feet. Look at feet. You don't see any such thing. If it's, like, not a defined object, how am I supposed to interact with it? Sleep. Sit on futon. Something moves beneath the computer. Futon has disintegrated without sound or a final word. Okay, the futon's gone. Look under computer. Catch a glimpse of two eyes shining from beneath your computer. Turn off computer. The only way to win is not to play, flashes the screen. You roll your eyes. The oldest lie. Nobody's bought it ever since. You hit the power key, the computer gives a tiny sigh and crumbles away. Tiny figure burrows out of the new fallen sand. You just have just enough time to make out its shape, human, before it darts behind you and out of sight. Turn on stereo. Turn off stereo. Garble news report comes on just as you reach for the switch. Death, Val, hikers missing, 4, still hope, say. Old news. You hitch the switch, click. The stereo falls silent, turns white, and drops instantly away into sand. A tiny figure burrows out of the new fallen sand. It darts one way, then another, but there is no more shelter. The figure stops and looks around for a moment, shading its eyes. Look at figure. A tiny human figure walks across the sand. It doesn't seem to notice you. Attack figure. You lean down and slap at the tiny figure. The blow does not connect, but it whips up sand, and the figure ducks its head and shields its eyes from the showering grit. Take figure. You cup your palms around the figure and raise it into the air. A human shape fallen to its knees in your hand full of sand. You gaze down. Sunlight seethes in the cauldron of your fingers. The figure slowly slides flat, but the sand is running out of your hands, and the figure falls to the ground, where it slowly pulls itself up again. The figure moves more slowly now. Take figure. Figure closes its eyes for a few seconds. Sand quickly covers it. So I keep picking up the figure, and it's like fading away. Now it's gone. Okay. I had to pick up the little sand person enough times that it dribbled through my fingers and disappeared. Look at travel book. Cover is worn. The pages are all blank. Take travel book. The tiny figure crawls out from under the sands. It's dead. You win, it says. Okay, my turn again. Nothing left to do. Time passes. Sun crawls. Higher. Shade. Would you like to restart, restore, or save game credit? That was the game? What the fuck even happened? I'm not sure what the point of any of that was. Trying to figure out what it takes to make your whole room turn to sand was pretty tedious. It resolving into you just being in the desert, confronted by some tiny human sand person who you kill, and then them telling you to restart the game is just kind of what. Okay. Well, that was Shade. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye-bye.